What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 266 of the Nonsense Review. I'm your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Last week we made a promise, and that promise is going to have fallen through because we're at the tail end of a heatwave in the UK, and I'm not sitting down in my sweltering office/room for 3 hours.
No, I fully appreciate that one. It was grim earlier in the week for us. We've had the rain. You're going to get the rain soon. Live it until then. I believe in you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad when I can have the window open and the fan on. It's tolerable, but still sweltering. Because I don't live in a loft, but I effectively do, so it comes with all those problems.
Yeah, your skylight is on a slant, so it's half the time it's pointed directly at the sun.
Yeah, which is it used to be an A-OK thing because of the nature of UK weather, but that hasn't been a thing since like 2018.
Yeah. The good old design of houses capturing as much heat as possible is really biting us in the ass for multiple weeks in the year, every year now.
Yeah, and it's not a problem on any other floor of the house except for this one.
Yeah.
But oh well, that's enough of our worries and our woes. We're not doing Star Wars this week, but we are instead doing Frisky Dingo. Rick, are you ready for some background information?
Let's go.
Alrighty, unsurprisingly, it originally aired on Adult Swim, which, if you've seen any screenshots from this, you'd probably go, yeah, that seems like an Adult Swim show.
Yep, fair enough.
And was first released on the 15th of October 2006, had a total of 2 seasons, ending in 2008. The show itself was created by Adam Reed and Matt Thompson. The pair have their own production company, in fact, initially named 70/30 Productions, due to Adam Reed splitting his time 70% towards writing, 30% towards producing, whereas Matt Thompson would pretty much do the opposite.
Okay.
Which,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the screenshots and a little bit of making sure the episode worked that I have done, yeah, it looks like somewhere between like 60s Johnny Quest, and like Space Ghost kind of idea.
Well, now, there's something else it should remind you of. So the production company I just mentioned was actually closed in about 2008-2009, just after the show, in fact, to form Floyd County Productions, specifically to begin work on their brand new show, which ended up being their breakout, Archer.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, if you look at this and you don't immediately think Archer, I suspect you've not seen Archer.
Cool. I've not seen it in motion too much, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I've seen like 3 episodes of Archer, so I'm pretty sure I'll get the good old brain connections as we go.
Yeah, but yeah, the animation company, the production company, Floyd County Productions, isn't exclusively animation, by the way. They've actually had their hand in a few productions, live action side of things, including Fargo and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which are also big named shows.
Yeah, both indeed.
This show is also another victim of the old placeholder name.
Okay, was it not meant to be called Frisky Dingo?
It wasn't. Originally it was meant to be called Whiskey Tango, however, a band already had that name, so the creators joked, let's just call it Frisky Dingo then. And sod's law, it just happened to stick until they actually started making the show proper, so there you go.
Okay, so a working title of Whiskey Tango that couldn't be used as a working title got given the, as you say, a double placeholder that managed to stick.
A double placeholder?
Well, overwriting Whiskey Tango with Frisky Dingo just because it sounds kind of close.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't even meant to be a placeholder. It was just they kept calling it that and it stuck.
Sure.
But hey-ho diddly do. As for the voice cast, there's not really much to say. Adam Reed himself voices both of the main characters. So the main villain, Killface, and the main hero, Awesome X, are both voiced by Adam Reed. Amber Nash is also in the cast list, who goes on to play Pam Poovey in Archer, and last but not least, they are joined by a veteran in the voice acting field in Michael Bell. His credits are usually additional voices, but interestingly enough, he voiced both Dr. Octopus and Lex Luthor in the respective 80s cartoons.
Okay.
So, ain't a nobody, as it were.
Cool.
But that does it on the background information side of things, which brings us to the fact that, I now need to speak to the audience directly and say, if you're new to the show, what we do before we jump into the review and the reaction itself is talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe. So with that in mind, Rick, aside from beating the heat, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, we finished One Piece Season 2 as a family. The ending of the season was kind of weaker than the middle, I thought, but that's okay because we know we're getting more and more and more of it, and it's kind of episodic. Yes, it's the end of an arc, but it wasn't a particularly strong arc. The thing that is a bit of a standout, though, is one of the characters is portrayed by Katie Sagal, who you may know as the voice of Leela.
I thought you were going to go like it's Steven Seagal's daughter or something.
Nah, but yeah, I had to look her up because I've only really heard her voice. She looks amazing for 72.
Okay, sure. I mean, I'm not going to... That means she was like 50 when she voiced Leela.
Yeah, and here's the thing. As soon as I knew that's who she was, that's all I could hear.
I mean, it happens, man.
She doesn't really do much of a different voice, and that's fine. When your voice is that iconic, that's your career for life. But yeah, looks amazing. I mean, 72 years old.
Speaking of old lady actors, like literally Rindy Malek's the exact same because she just does the same voice for everything, and that's fine.
Yeah, you just shoehorn that voice with different inflections into the character that you're making, and suddenly that character has, well, character.
I mean, she was even that voice back when she was in Dinosaurs, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Other things we've done. I did my homework finally and watched Gamerverse.
Cool. I wanted to talk about this last week, and then you said you hadn't watched it, so we skipped it, and also I skipped the one point I wanted to make. Honestly, the core concept of this show is doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
I kind of disagree. I loved it.
I didn't say I disliked it, I just said I think that's what's carrying it the most, is the core premise.
Yeah. Like, we've got good guy teams, bad guy teams. The general premise is kind of rebooty, but with higher stakes for those in
Kind
the games.
of rebooty.
Okay, so when you look at the micro part of reboot, or where Guardian fights against user, and if they lose, then they get turned into a null. That is basically very similar to what's happening to all of these game worlds, except the whole world is going away, not the entire computer.
I just want to remind you, Rick, that I only had one complaint about this first episode, which, if that doesn't speak volumes as to me being high on it, I don't know what can. And my complaint solely boils down to the fact that it sounds like Aaron didn't give a fuck.
I think he gave a fuck, but I think he
did it wrong.
Yeah, I think the problem is that because he's the voice director, he doesn't have any impetus to give himself directions.
I want to point out, I like Aaron because I like Game Grumps. I think Game Grumps is funny. However, he did the same fucking voice 700 times in this. And that might in itself being attempting to emulate the fact that, especially in these older games that they seem to be visiting initially, there would just be one dude doing all the voices and phoning it in. But I don't think that's a good enough excuse. It also doesn't help that the main character he plays is the talking, learning dinosaur. And he also has the same voice as the fish people.
Yeah, he does the fish hero and the dinosaur hero, and they have very similar voices.
And then all the NPCs he voices also have the same voice as the dolphin, which, again, I can hand-wave a little bit, but it gets real grating.
Yeah.
I do go on, sir.
Like, between Aaron and Ross, that's like over half of the cast, as in over half of the characters.
Yeah, on the bright side, at least we've got Erica Lindbeck being the MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the art that came out of this has been stellar.
Oh, I'm absolutely adoring the fan base just being like, cool, we're now going to put Kit in everything because we can. It's literally written into the mechanics of the show.
Yeah, she just taps herself and she cycles through what potential costumes can be for this world.
Absolutely. And again, the reason why I still think the core premise is doing the bulk of the heavy lifting here because we've only seen the pilot. And honestly, I think they chose a weak concept for the first game world to pick, being a old, childish platformer, you know? It worked, and I didn't dislike it. I just think there's so much more to explore with the concept. And that's also kind of the idea of a pilot, so I get it. I want more immediately. And that's a good thing, but also a problem, because animation takes time.
It do. I also really loved the pixel art exploration montages.
Oh, yeah, they did. Everything they did from a creative perspective was really quite interesting. I do love the fact that the main villain, or at least the main villain lackey, the piece of paper, can fit so easily into so many game worlds.
Yeah, because he's paper. Like, can you think of a game without paper? Well, cool, he's a map.
Well, also, very specifically, as you say, a map. A lot of tool tips and hints that you get in games are presented as being on a piece of parchment. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, just a little pop-up. And then his partner being misinformation, who will just fucking spam you with notifications all the damn time just because she's a little shit.
It's certainly it's also a fun dynamic having the good guys trying to make the other good guys fail.
Yeah.
And we immediately got shown in the first episode why they can't just say what they're doing. Because that was going to be my big bugbear going in. Because from the trailer, it's just like, well, why don't they just tell the good guys, hey, don't do this, your world will be destroyed. And episode 1, halfway through the episode, oh, this is the consequence.
Yeah, it turns the whole world to static.
Yeah,
looking forward to more. Hopefully they get a broader cast for the real thing.
Oh, I hope so. I really do. Well, they don't even need a broader cast. They just need someone to voice direct who's not also voicing.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And again, I love Aaron. I think he's quite funny when he wants to be. But, there is something called resting on your laurels, and I think he's probably been doing that for longer. I'm probably being too kind to him, is what I'm saying. But also, he's a big boy and made his money. What does he give a fuck about my opinion for?
This is true, it's true. The other thing we did is we watched Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay, I was going to say one more thing, but we'll move on.
Well, if you want to cut it and say your thing, then you can do that.
No, it's fine. Let's do Mando and Greg.
Yeah, Mando and Greg. You've not seen it. I have. I enjoyed it as a turn off brain and watch it thing. The official statement is that this is not season 4. But you can very definitely see the DNA of what it would be if they just expanded it into more episodes. Just because it has an arc of this, then an arc of that, and then a climax arc.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I thought Mandalorian was done as a TV show anyway, and we weren't getting more series of that. But even disregarding that as a point, like, George Lucas himself does the movies like that.
Yeah, the 3-act structure, yeah.
Like, and there's nothing... I had to explain, like, I'm going to bring it up in my week, because I went to see a play the other day, and again, I'll talk about that slightly later. But I went with my sister, and I said, in my head, a story is 3 acts. And she was like, no, it's usually 2 acts. And I went, I know, but in my head, stories are 3 acts. And I could probably blame George Lucas for that.
Well, yeah, it's a 3-act structure, even if the story is split up into before the break and after the break.
That's not what my sister was on about.
Sure, okay. Like, the biggest one that's immediately visible is The Empire Strikes Back. You've got the Hoth Act, you've got the one that's split between Dagobah and the Asteroid Belt, and then you've got the Cloud City Act.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you, that middle is a bit of a drag.
It is, but it lets you build anticipation for whether or not the ending is going to be good, and then it was.
If you say, like, it stretches, it's the worst part of the movie, it has to happen, but doesn't mean I have to be like, yeah, it was great and thrilling and awesome throughout. And Empire Strikes Back is my favourite Star Wars film.
Yeah, it's introspective where you get chance for the characters to be characters rather than the plot to happen around them.
I've got to be honest with you, it's mainly the asteroid belt that I didn't like.
I get it. Wasn't expecting Zeb to be in it for as long as he was.
Oh, I didn't know he was going to be in it. I'm joking.
He was in it.
I'm joking. He was plastered over the trailers.
Yeah.
Is he still voiced by Blum?
He is.
Oh, that's good.
They've got some credits at the beginning, which is what the original movies had to fight tooth and nail against because George wanted to do his floating paragraphs.
Wait. There's no opening crawl?
There is an opening paragraph that doesn't crawl.
Don't like that. That's tradition.
Yeah, so there's a paragraph that just gives you an overview to the Western whistle.
Okay.
And then we get the opening scenes with the cast popping up, and we have seen Zeb before Steve Blum pops up in the cast, and I'm like, oh boy, Steve Blum, and then I'm like, oh wait, of course it's Steve Blum.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and assume that Filoni was the creative head of this particular movie and not Favreau.
My eyebrows are wiggling because this one was Favreau.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Like, I've got no particular beef with either of them. It's just you're saying Zeb got featured more heavily than you anticipated, and my brain's just like, oh, Filoni and his fucking OCs.
Nah. It's this one's a Favreau one, and yeah, the other one is pretty much every character that we know is going to show up shows up for more than I was expecting them to.
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
Now Sigourney Weaver gets to be both in Alien and Star Wars.
She's already been in Star Wars.
Was she? What was she before?
I don't know, but she's shown up in Star Wars before, I swear.
Yeah, she's a a Republic captain now.
Maybe I'm getting her confused with someone else, and that's fine.
Yeah, maybe so. But overall, I think it was pretty good. We can talk a little bit more after you've seen it.
Yeah,
but
I'm meant to be seeing it tomorrow as of recording, so by the time this episode comes out, I would hopefully have seen it. Seen it? I seen it! I would hopefully have seen it, and no one can spoil me in the comments.
Yeah. No, they can't, because this doesn't come out until after you've seen it. So yeah, there are criticisms, and there are people that are high on it. The people that are high on it tend to point out that the last Star Wars was 7 years ago, and that one wasn't good, and this one is kind of a return to form for special effects done well and a likable character doing likable things.
I mean, I've got to point out, Rick, that at the end of the day, this is still Star Wars, and it could be the most perfect movie ever. Someone is going to have something to not like about it. Like, I'm not very involved in fandom culture, and the reason for that is, like, fandoms fucking suck. And the Star Wars fandom is probably one of the most... I think because it's so big, it's always going to have, like, the most crusty of assholes involved in shouting about it. Thankfully, Star Wars is headed by a multi-billion-dollar media company, and not by one person who has a face who you can talk to on Tumblr. So I don't feel that bad about it.
Yep.
But it's why it's why I feel bad for people like Vivzipop and Gooseworks, because they're just people who have had their pet project evolve and grow, and Gooseworks in particular, it's depressing.
Yeah, they get pelted with turd from afar every day of their lives.
Well, it's also like, I don't know, man. Gooseworks just had a very public... I don't want to call it a meltdown, because that implies they did something horrible, but they had a rough go of it, and we didn't bring this up on the podcast, but it was like... it's always Brazil. Brazil got copies of the movie ahead of time, because that's how cinema chains kind of work, and someone leaked it in its entirety, and that felt like the final nail in the coffin for Gooseworks giving a fuck.
Yeah, she basically doesn't want to animate anything ever again, and that's a big shame, because I love her style.
Well, I quite enjoyed Digital Circus. The main reason why I will be quite disappointed if they don't do anything ever again is originally they wanted to do a 2D show, and at the time Glitch just wasn't interested. They only wanted to do 3D, but obviously that Band-Aid has been ripped off with both Knights of Guinevere and Gameoverse, so yeah, it's a shame, that's all. I'm sure, here's the thing, I genuinely think Gooseworks will get over it, because they've had similar crash outs in the past, but, it's still not nice.
Absolutely. Tangentially related to Star Wars.
Go ahead.
Destiny.
I was going to talk about this. Go on.
Yeah, so Destiny's last expansion was the Star Wars crossover one, where you can get a Saturnian blade, which is just a fucking lightsaber.
Rick, why was it their last expansion? Pray tell.
Because they are having their final update ever in June.
Hey, Rick, how much was the season pass? And how much of that money are the people who bought it getting back?
Yeah, season pass is usually about 11 quid, and they're getting fuck all.
Some people, some idiots, spent hundreds of pounds on the season passes.
Yeah, like, I've spent hundreds of pounds on Destiny 2 anyway, and that's just because, you buy the game, you buy the expansions. I have bought technically one season pass in my time.
I want to point out that I haven't spent nearly as much money as you have, because when I hopped back on Destiny 2, it's because PlayStation Plus gave it out for free.
Yeah. When I hopped back on Destiny 2 from on the PC, they usually do this. They when a expansion is getting towards the end and it's time to release the new one, they'll do a big old bundle of everything that came before today for like 8 quid. So that's usually a pretty good time to hop on, because you get a decent amount of content. But not anymore, because it's never going to be updated ever again. They're going to keep it up as long as they can, but as long as they can might not be very much. They say that allegedly Destiny 1 you can still play. I don't know if you even can, but...
No, yeah. They fucking shit can that.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Like, they're lying. They're just straight up lying.
Yeah, I too thought that was, like, not playable at all in any way. Like the first 3 expansions, which I paid a decent amount of money for. But, oh well. So, Destiny, yep, you will be missed by people who like looter shooters that are not Borderlands.
Well, okay, here's the actual solution to anyone listening right now. If you are a Destiny player and don't know what you're going to sink your time into, genuinely look at Warframe. I'm not the biggest fan of Warframe, but it's the same idea done better, and it's actually completely free.
Yeah. The only thing you have to pay for in Warframe are ways to speed up getting new dudes.
Yeah, but you don't have to, but you just said have to pay for. You don't have to pay. You can just wait.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you can just hope to get the parts for your new dudes, and and if you don't get the parts, then you can just hope for longer.
Like,
and
if you hop
skins.
on Warframe and you like Warframe and there's a particular kit you want to use, the Warframes cost nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that's an exaggeration, but like compared to the price of a full-blown game, it's tuppence. And also, silver lining as well, if you buy a frame in Warframe, it gives you a slot, so it doesn't count against your 2 free slots or however many slots you got. It's been a while since I played that game.
Yeah, me too. I think they also, as soon as you spend something, they put you on you have spent some money on the game track, and that gives you a bunch of other free shit as well.
I wouldn't know. So I don't want to say that because I don't know.
Sure. And my last things to talk about are Wizards of the Coast have finally made peace with Marvel.
What?
In that they're bringing all the Spider-Man cards to Arena instead of having these suspiciously similar substitutes, which sometimes are fucking awful and sometimes are actually kind of peak designs. So you're going to be able to use one or the other, just not both at the same time of the same card because it's the same card. But fuck that, because they're hiring Union Busters.
Well, I'm so shocked. What was it, like 2-3 weeks ago when we said that literally, specifically the card game app creators and people working on it were like, yeah, we've made a union. And we got an announcement from Wizards of the Coast saying, listen, we think of ourselves as a family. And as soon as they said that, everyone's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, the kind of family that makes all of the kids work for free because they're living in the house.
Yeah, because we live in the Victorian times where if you're not making money, we're going to send you to the workhouse. And by the way, that is not an idle threat. Look up what you had to do in those in case you don't know.
Yeah, so these union evasion consultancies are spamming all of the employees with misinformation about how unions work, just to make them not sign on to the bigger union, and it's real scummy. But yeah,
Rick, I want to point out that that's like low end scum for union busters because Starbucks in particular would...
Oh yeah, they'll close down entire branches if they even get a rumble of threatening to unionize.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's completely fucked. And the problem is Starbucks is a big enough company where they can afford to do that. The idea of a union is you've got so many people working as part of your union that if you fire one person unlawfully, everyone else fucking walks out.
Yeah.
Unions are good. I know I'm a bit of a... I'm not going to say hypocrite, but I'm a bit of a prick when it comes to the union, specifically with my workplace, because everyone in Morrison's upper management says you should join this union, which to me screams that they're shit.
Yeah. Also, that upper management is in that union and will actively work to keep things from getting out of hand and from actually benefiting the people in it.
I can actually tell you what union I'm talking about because it's a union across multiple different supermarkets and retail in general, so it's not going to point out where I work to people who don't know me. It's Usdoor. It's crap. One of the main selling points is if you join Usdoor, oh, by the way, here's a thing that gets you a brief discount on cinema tickets. And I'm like, that's not what a union's for.
No.
A union's that... I can't even say the fucking story because that would reveal where I work. But suffice to say, there was pay negotiations not too long ago, and our union did fuck all.
Yeah.
In air quotes.
Yeah, I just looked at their website and their first article is Tackling Heat Stress at Work. Look at our guide. Don't ask for air conditioning, just tackle it yourself.
So it's one of those. Here's the thing, Rick. I've been employed at my place of work for a long enough time where if I want a fucking extra water break, if I want to go up to the break room and have a fucking cup of water, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
The amount of new employees I've had to tell, Rick, where they come up to me and go, yo, I'm going for my break. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. If you want to have your break, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, that's it for me and mine. How about you? What have you been? Where have you seen?
Rick, I did the achievement of the week.
Was it at least fun?
No.
No, it wasn't. So we talked in the week and you said that you were not looking forward to this one.
Well, I wasn't happy when it got revealed because the achievement of the week was beat the final boss of the game.
Yeah.
The achievement of the week is meant to take an hour, maybe 2, because, not everyone's got an overabundance of free time. I've been on holiday from work, so I've had nothing but free time. But, the game in question, Super Mario Advance. It's the Super Mario game for the Game Boy Advance, which is a compilation of Super Mario 1 and 2, which are the crap Marios that aren't Marios.
Yeah, Super Mario Advance 2 was Mario World. world, which, in my opinion, is the best one they did. 3 was 3, and then 4 was Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, so again, it's the game that's not Mario. It's the game that was a different game that they reskinned to be Mario.
Yeah, Mario 2,
Yeah.
Doki Doki Panic.
It sucked.
Oh, yeah, man, that's the worst one.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it sucks. You have to fight Birdo 700 times.
Yeah.
The final boss is a frogman that I don't think ever shows up again, because why would he?
He shows up in the Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah. That's how unimportant he is.
Yeah, like, all of the people from that movie are in that part of the world. So, like, there's Birdo and some Shy Guys.
Yeah, no,
Shy Guys are the one thing that has, like, properly made it into regular Mario.
Like, even you saying that, now that you're saying it, it's like, oh, he even blew bubbles, the fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, well, I hadn't played this version of the game to the end before because it was crap. Even as a child, I was like, this doesn't feel like Mario.
There is one good thing about this, and it's that it gave us Luigification.
What does that mean?
Where they have two identical characters that diverge. And the way they did that in this is because they skinned Luigi over the tall brother from all the Genie Boys. He had a different set of abilities like jump height, different speed, and different hitbox. Whereas in previous games, he was just a green Mario.
Okay, fair enough. The game's still terrible.
Oh yeah, totally.
I managed to get it done.
Who'd you play as?
I kept swapping.
Cool.
But yeah, I got the game done relatively quickly because I know how Mario games work. There's got to be some warp pipes somewhere. And there are. But boy, are they way more bullshit in this game.
Yeah.
So I looked up a guide to do all of that. And then I kept dying in the final dungeon because boy, is it a stretch. And I found a very helpful tip. And that was, by the way, if you save and quit, it saves how many lives you got. So I farmed 30 lives. And I faced the final level with 30 lives because I got, again, it's much like when I played, what was it called? Alex Kidd or something.
Yeah.
Where I was getting really good at the sections that I could do, but because it takes so long to get to the section where you're stuck at and you only have 3 attempts, it's like you don't have a chance to get good. But with 30 lives, that stopped being a problem. So yeah, I eventually beat Warp. I got my fucking achievement unlocked. I beat the game. It was miserable. And also, this was on Monday, the hottest day, so me getting angry didn't fucking help.
No. And did you have a character that you ended up liking more than the others?
No, they all suck. They're all bad. I had Toad at one point because the person who was showing off the warp pipes was a speedrunner.
Right.
And Toad has 5 speed. I thought Toad was necessary for the warp pipes. He was not. He's just the quickest character. But yeah, the speedrunner kept swapping between Luigi and Toad because some levels were Toad, 5-star speed, he's the best. Other levels were like, I need to jump high to make this easy for myself.
Yeah, Luigi jump. And then Peach with the floaty glide.
Never used her.
Fair enough. I think Peach is the one that's translated the most faithfully to Smash Brothers, because for the longest time this was the only version of her that was playable in any way.
Yeah, but even the modern day Mario games that have her as a character, she retains that float ability, so...
Yeah, and it's because of this.
I wasn't denying that part.
But yes.
But yeah, the other big thing that I did was... I'm not going to bother talking about MCM because there's not much to talk about. It's just a big merch show for me. I went to see the Beetlejuice stage show. It was fun.
How close to Alex Brightman was the Beetlejuice?
Oh, I didn't hold a candle to him.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, he did the job. It's just, I've seen the opening number with Alex Brightman, and Alex Brightman is Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Sure.
But the play was fun. It diverges from the movie enough that it's worth watching, even if you've seen Beetlejuice to death.
Yeah.
The banana song is in it, although it still bugs me that they call it the banana song when it's called Tallyman.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Okay. Yeah. You like the song, so I'm not going to sing the piss take version.
I know the piss take version. It's just not particularly witty or clever, and it's definitely racist.
Yeah.
So we can't do it on the podcast, even if I agreed with you.
It's okay. The subject of that version is dead, so it's fine.
No, they're now in charge of that country.
Okay, I was talking about the other one in that same line.
Okay, the named person is dead, but the regime exists.
Yeah.
Anyway, moot point. Anyway,
just in case you didn't know what we were talking about, there we are. We just described it.
Oh, because they can't just Google Tallyman parody.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good stage show. It's fun. I had a fun discussion with my sister where where the person playing Lydia, I said I can't tell if they're actually 12 or if they're actually like 37. And it turns out they're like 26 because my sister was weird and went on Instagram.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I was like, damn, that they do. I believe I am watching a child right now, which is weird. But yeah, the guy who played Beetlejuice wasn't awful. Again, it was different. He picked on one person in the front row, something chronic. Kept going on like tirades about himself, about how life is miserable, and then would point to the same guy every single time, going, "This guy gets it."
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so glad I wasn't near the. My heart wouldn't have been able to take it.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of live interaction comedy relies on that guy.
Yeah. And they changed some of the gags specifically to fit a British audience. Like multiple times he took the piss out of Paddington Bear, which I'm all for. And the props and costumes that they brought over, excellent. I was very happy to see the sandworm multiple times.
Sure.
And Bob showed up, which I wasn't expecting, and he translated to the stage remarkably well. Although every time he was on stage doing dance numbers and stuff, there was quite clearly another actor constantly touching him, being like, "Dude, don't fucking do that. You are going to fall over." But yeah, if you like Beetlejuice and you get a chance to, I highly recommend watching this play.
Cool.
All right, you ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to tackle my favourite conversation topic for both of my news stories, so I hope you're ready.
Let's go.
All right, Jack Osborne is all in on milking the corpse of his dead dad.
Oh, no.
So this story flew under my radar because I really don't care about AI stuff, in the sense that I just want AI to already be over. But Jack Osborne is on the AI hype train and has made an AI embodiment of Ozzy Osbourne. And predictably, he got some backlash over this. And Jack Osborne's defense is the funniest defense ever, because how the fuck did he think it was going to work? Because his defense was more or less, guys, you don't understand. You just give it a few lines to prompt it and it acts exactly how my dad would. Which, you know, almost seems sweet, except bear in mind this is designed exclusively to sell stuff.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those weird ones where I don't agree with James Earl Jones' decision to sell his voice to Disney. However, at least he made that decision himself.
Exactly. Ozzy was not able to make that decision, and therefore, this is not a defensible position.
I also think it's slightly worse because it's literally an avatar. It's meant to put him in commercials.
Yeah, it's meant to be the person, not just any of the characteristics, which for James Earl Jones is almost exclusively the voice.
Yeah, and for James Earl Jones, like, they literally did that exclusively because they wanted Darth Vader to keep sounding like Darth Vader. I still don't agree with it, but it's a slightly more, I don't know, weirdly tasteful way of doing it. Mm-hmm. Again, still don't agree, but whatever. It's a slightly different set of circumstances. Rick, I don't have much news this week, so much so that I'm going to bring out an old phrase I've not said in a long, long time, and that is, this is not a wrestling podcast.
What happened?
There's an AI news channel specifically dedicated to wrestling. Now, I don't give a fuck about... I don't care about this for many reasons, and I don't care for it either. However, it got brought to my attention because, funnily enough, the YouTube algorithm has wrestling on my radar. And I'm not going to beat around the bush here, Rick. The AI can't say WWE. Yeah, so every time... I've seen a clip. It's quite funny. Every time it comes across the word WWE, there's no polite way of saying it. It makes the AI have a stroke. It just... and then it breaks. And here's some fun information for you guys. If you want to break some AI, try and make it say WWE. Let's destroy it with its own tools.
Yeah, I heard it trying to clear its throat as well. It was great.
I don't like AI. I don't like its use in so many forms it takes. Boy, is it funny watching it break.
Yeah. The one that really bugs me is that Google will sometimes, without your consent, turn on the AI dubbing on YouTube.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, I know why. It's because Google has invested so much money in AI, it needs it to pay for itself.
Yeah. The one that's really annoying to me is that it classes Callie as living in Japan because, she is, and therefore just assumes that it's a Japanese channel. So it tries to dub it in Google English, even though she's speaking English. But the one that's really funny that came up about 3 weeks ago was a self-produced Pakistani advert.
Oh, I've seen
Sonic
this.
Toys.
Yeah, because this came up in the same video as the WWE having a strunk. Yeah. Oh God, it's funny. Go on.
So let's go to McDonald's, Tails. Make some noise and go to McDonald's. And those are the only bits that are really intelligible. The bits in the middle are just it's not having a good time with itself, and it's so funny.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is like the silver lining of AI news, because honestly, we've had nothing but bad news and bad times. Just to list off a couple more AI stuff that's been fed to me, basically, information-wise. Google is now fully AI, which is the worst decision it could have fucking made. That came into effect on the 26th.
As of this week,
They've actually lost me. I've changed my default search engine to DuckDuckGo, which also uses AI. However, the fundamental fucking difference is there's a button that's very clearly marked right underneath the search bar that's like, do you want this feature on? And boy, do I wish more things had just a button that said, no, I want it to fuck off and die.
Funnily enough, Google's layout has gotten better since they removed the AI topper.
Okay. Yeah, but now it's just AI integrated.
Yeah, they moved the AI summary over to one side, and the thing that they list as their thing for that is now the first result.
Well, not on Firefox it isn't. Maybe on Chrome.
Yes, I now have Chrome masking, so it might be that's doing it.
I see. But yeah, that was one of the stories we had. Free animated shows have been picked up by Amazon that is fully made by AI, and that's sickening and disgusting.
Blech.
Yeah, exactly. I can't remember the names of them. I didn't bother memorizing them. I don't want to give them any more publicity than they're already getting. They're all made by the same guy, so it feels like some kind of elaborate fucking phishing scheme. Not phishing.
Like a pump and dump.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's awful. Amazon can do better, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I already don't like them anyway. And the last thing on the AI front is that in the Cannes Festival, Hideo Kojima, of all people, is submitting a fully AI feature, which it's a weird one because a lot of Hideo Kojima fanboys were like, no, Hideo! And it's like, Hideo Kojima's been on board for the AI since it fucking became a concept.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be shocking to you guys.
Yeah, it's just for the first 15 years of that, it was in fiction.
I literally meant a story from 2 years ago when generative AI was in its infancy, and Hideo Kojima was saying to all the interviewers of I can't wait till this is refined. I'm gonna make so much shit. And it's like, you're Kojima. You could have made so much shit.
Yeah. People would sacrifice a third of their body to work for you.
For real. And I think it's one of those. I think it's a Japanese thing, and that's not me being racist here. That's me saying that the Japanese mindset has always been, man, how can we more efficiently do things?
Yeah, like a pro-progress mindset rather than a consumer protection mindset or a producer protection mindset.
I was going to say, fuck the consumer protection. I don't care about that. I'm more... again, every animation project that you see that has been replaced by AI is cool, that's an entire team of staff that now no longer has a job.
Yeah.
As a concept, AI doesn't bother me. If it was in a vacuum, the idea is sound. The problem is the reality of it, and that is it's resource intensive, it steals other people's work, and it puts people out of jobs. Those are three things that I don't think any moral person can support.
Yeah.
Again, the core concept of AI being a thing, it doesn't bother me. In a vacuum, if it was just AI existing and making artwork on its own back, fucking whatever. But that's not the case. And on that very, very hearty and healthy and fun topic, Rick, what are we doing, and count us in?
We're doing Frisky Dingo, Season 1, Episode 1, Meet Killface. 3, 2, 1, and go.
I don't know much about Killface, but he's the most Red Skull-looking motherfucker ever.
He is. Oh, he's Horde Prime.
A little bit. Didn't expect it to start with a fourth wall break.
Yeah, so this is why it feels more like Space Ghost to me.
It feels very Newgrounds as well, with the animation just going... Bleh, 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 bleh.
Yeah, it's just there's no animation in between. It's just this or that.
That looks like the thing they're building on the White House lawn.
Oh, they're gonna do it in Futurama.
That'll kill you too,
Okay.
dickhead.
Okay, well, he goes to the sun, but yeah, in Futurama, they just made all the robots fart to make the Earth leave.
Well, that could have done. I know that the gag is like the camera's still rolling, but doesn't need to be that long.
Yeah, like I was this close to saying, "Is yours hanging as well?" Oh yeah. This is where we see more Archer than Space Ghost.
Yeah. This feels very Venture Bros, doesn't it?
It does a bit. But yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the Adult Swim time slot was for. Is for things like that felt a bit more random.
That was just from a gunshot. I thought there was like something a bit more dramatic.
Yeah, like he would was summoning like murder blades or something.
Wow, Adam Reed's got a hard on for hating people named Brent.
Yeah, so he had $20 billion, but yeah, he did. Oh, he's brought the top half of his brother around.
That's going to be a very viscerally filled fist.
It is. Cheesy grin.
That is such an Archer facial expression, though.
It is.
Oh, he was trying to do the ventriloquist thing where they drink and talk at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, his phone was up his arsehole.
Oh. Why does he want that?
I don't know. Maybe because they don't want to pay Valerie's voice actor anymore, which sounded like just like a dude going, ah!
The voice cast list for this show is very small.
Yeah, it's like 3 people.
Oh, it's like 8, but that's still not a lot.
Yeah.
Although, it's like, what's his name? The guy who voices Valentino in Has Been. Had to explain to people that he gets paid the same, even though he voices like 20 characters.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, no, he turns up to the recording booth and he gets given... we need you to read for random demon number 5 today.
Sure. I was going to say, I thought he dropped his keys.
So many questions, isn't there? It's like, one, why market it? And two, why is your plan to put it in the sun? Because you die too, dickhead. There are people to this day who don't know that.
Yup. I mean, fun one is, my DVDs were... Sorry, I'm just listening to this as well. Yeah, so back in the day, I used to use VLC to run import DVDs because DVDs being region locked was a big pain in the arse in the 90s and noughties.
If you had DVDs in the 90s, then you were actually rich.
I had a DVD in 1998 because that's when I got a computer with a DVD drive.
Okay.
You knew it was happening.
Like, that was pretty ballsy of him to say that, and it needed to be said. However, shouldn't say it to this dickhead.
Oh, he's got a Napoleonic little brother, it seems.
I believe it's his son.
Okay.
I used to hate writing on whiteboards.
Yeah. Shit, it wasn't, it was permanent marker.
Man, the black cyborg lady has got a cracking pair of cans.
She do. Your text here.
This is why you shouldn't work for supervillains, because they are not rational.
No. Maybe Ozymandias.
I mean, if you were saying Ozymandias in regards to Watchmen, like, he's not really a supervillain so much as an antagonist.
Yeah, he's a superhero that plays the role of antagonist.
That was a fucking choice. I don't know, man. She agreed to fucking work for this prick.
She did. Captain Crump.
Oh, what are you talking about snacks? That's clearly a meal if it's breakfast, if it's a cereal.
I can't quite tell if he's a fake British guy or Australian.
Well, it's got Dingo in the name, so what do you think?
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, bear in mind it's Adam Reed, and he probably couldn't decide.
Sure. Doom.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you. Like, we've got like what, 20 seconds of fucking Brendan Small. Why do I know that name? Fucking whatever. Yeah. Watching the end credits, and I've got to be honest with you, if I watched this episode and just this episode, which is probably all I'm going to watch, I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, I am usually a little bit higher on things. I don't think it was that cracking.
I can understand why Archer was the breakout show and not this.
Yeah, I get it. It's very evocative of, don't want to be too mean, but forgettable Adult Swim.
Oh, be as mean as you want. This is a show from 2006.
Yeah.
And they went on to bigger and brighter things. It's not like us boasting this is going to be a bad thing for them.
Yeah. As I say, evocative of forgettable Adult Swim filler.
Yeah, I mean, I know the episode was called Meet Killface, so of course it's going to focus on him, but it's interesting that the only character we focused... Like, the only character who made it to the end of the fucking episode was Killface. That's the only character that mattered from this episode. We didn't even make the fucking main protagonist.
Yeah, I don't even know there is a main protagonist. I thought Killface was just a villain protagonist. As far as we're aware, that's just... Yeah.
No, I brought up the fact that Adam Reed voices both the main characters, the villain and the hero, and there was no hide nor hair of the hero in this episode. We lost Brent and Trent, and we lost the lady that got introduced, apparently going to be murdered and dismembered off screen, which is horrible.
Yeah, poor Valerie.
I'll be honest with you, it wasn't really funny, and I was under the impression that this was meant to be a funny show.
Yeah. I think going forward, the best thing they can do is just fail to kill Valerie, and she just keeps coming back and just keeps being a sycophant and keeps being threatened with death, and it just never happens.
That'd be really weird for her to hang around.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't make any sense.
But she seems to be okay with that so far, because she's seen everyone else around her get shot to death.
Well, okay, but she's been exclusively told that she's going to get murdered off screen, and if she then comes back anyway, then, that's just not a gag, that's just, let's be mean to women.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. Yeah, I wasn't very high on this. Any thoughts? Any additional thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much that we're, like I say, evocative of filler, and it's, to its credit, that it was only 10-11 minutes long.
Well, here's the thing, Rick, is like, who knows, if they combine this with the next episode, it might have been slightly better, because I don't know what the next episode's titled. I've got the sneaking suspicion it's probably going to be the exact same plot and the exact same episode, only we focus on the hero.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if the Steven Universe did, then yeah, getting both might have made more sense. So, on its own, a weak standalone.
I don't know, I feel like in 2006, Adult Swim was doing that, like, Cartoon Network style block of 10-minute episode, 10-minute episode, 10-minute episode, and each 10 minutes was a different thing, like Cow and Chicken would be buffered by Iron Weasel.
Yeah. Well, usually it was a sandwich. So you had two of the title show, and the middle bit was the other one. So
you get what I mean, though.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, because I was just pulling out a random thing that I could use as an example. You don't need to be too analytical about what I just said.
Yeah, the other one I can think of is like Two Stupid Dogs that had Super Secret Squirrel in the middle.
Both of those shows sucked.
Hey!
No, I'm not going to hear any defense about that. They sucked.
They were formative of my shitposting persona.
That's not a good thing. Alright, Rick, let's do the usual wind down. Do you somehow have a standout favourite moment?
Weirdly, I think Valerie doing her best to pull some diamonds out of the turd fire that was a complete lack of budget support and hope for the future was potentially her best showing.
If you say so. I don't think that was a good moment at all.
Yeah. Oh well. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
I mean, no, not really, but because we have to be kind, because it's mandated in our contracts. Yeah, we do. Mental ones that we never saw. We have one. We've got signatures. I've still got a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
It's technically a contract. It's binding in small claims court. As if that'll ever be a thing. What was I saying? Yeah, I suppose the gag of the sun just being a cat at the end was indeed a joke. There you go. That's my favourite moment. There was at least one joke I can point to.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, Rika's link.
Too bleak, can't care. I have this problem with a lot of things where nearly every character gets killed. If you know that most characters are getting killed, then you can't care about any of them.
Sure, but you didn't know that going in.
We didn't, but by the same token, the first one that got killed, well, he was just killed to be an example to to the person that was giving him shit. And yeah, we saw that just continue throughout the show. And
No, he wasn't, Rick. He was killed because he did some backtalk.
I thought it was Brent that did the backtalk, and Kent was the one that was murdered for it, and then Brent did backtalk again at the end and got murdered for that again.
Well, here's the thing, Rick. I'm pretty sure that the guy who did the backtalk the first time got shot.
Sure.
I don't blame you for getting confused, because they did not do enough to distinguish those two characters, and I guess they were meant to be twins, what with the same names and looking exactly the same except for the colour of their suit. But I'm pretty sure you've got that one muddled up.
Yeah. Well, like, maybe I'm giving it too much credit by making the thing slightly funnier in that you execute the one that's not even the one that's incensing you because they're identical twins.
How is that funny?
It's funnier than this was.
But again, I think I genuinely assume that I got the wrong end of the stick and this isn't meant to be funny, because there was nothing funny here. Even by Newgrounds shit standards of the early 2000s, this would have not been funny, which makes me think that wasn't the goal.
Yeah. Do you have a weakest link?
I think I just said it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't funny. And again, maybe it isn't meant to be funny. I was certain this was a comedy going in, but like, just cut to the fucking the fucking guy with the glasses in the Krusty Krab who didn't get his pickles. It's like, where's the funny? Show me the funny.
Oh, is that Bubble Bass?
I don't know his fucking name. You give me far too much fucking autism credit for SpongeBob. Like,
I only know about Bubble Bass because of the meme order that he did, that is technically a bunch of actual commands for a restaurant, but it just sounds like a bunch of gibberish to normal people.
I don't know if the character is that character. I've never heard that name before.
Yeah, no worries.
There's a character that orders a very specific Krusty Krab burger and then wants his money back because there was no pickles and he asked for pickles, but really he was hiding them under his tongue.
Sure. Dickhead.
I mean, yeah, that's the joke. It's one of the better episodes of SpongeBob, so I remember it, but it's a one-off character that never shows up again to my knowledge, so yeah.
Oh, apparently he's one of the major antagonists other than, whatchamacallit, Plankton.
If you say so. As far as I'm aware, he only showed up in one episode. I only watched SpongeBob when it was relevant to me, so it was a very brief window.
Yeah, I also didn't watch SpongeBob because I was too old for it.
Anyway,
I thought it was too lol random for my sophisticated Dragon Ball Z enjoying early teen self.
The early days of SpongeBob weren't quite as low random. Like, it devolved into that, sure, by the first 2 seasons. Like, they actually had plots per episode.
Yeah.
It felt like it did. I don't know. Anyway. Like, again, I only remember the good bits of the bits I watched. What do you want from me? Like, it should be damning to Frisky Dingo that we've spoken about SpongeBob for longer than Dingo in the fucking closing statement.
True enough.
So on that, we have to be nice once again, Rick. Are you going to give an MVP?
Sure, let's give it to Killface, just because he was the episode. He commanded the scene.
You don't have to elaborate. I appreciate it's difficult today.
Yeah, based entirely on the fact that he was the main character in the scene. He commanded the scene. And, like, if anything was funny, or any remotely funny, it had to be him. Yeah, there we go. How about you? Do you have a weakest, not weakest link, an MVP, otherwise known as weakest link number 2?
Kind of touching on weakest link, I still can't believe we had a good solid 30 seconds of dead air because they wanted to do that gag.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad the episode... Like, yeah, that's how bad the episode was. It made me forget about the really bad faux pas they started the episode with. Which, again, I appreciate the joke, but it dragged on too long.
Yeah. It was a bit of a shitter.
I'll give my MVP award to Adam Reed because he went on to make Archer, which is a much better show. And yes, that's right, I'm giving an MVP award to someone for something they didn't do in this.
Yeah, and we're not able to do in this because it wasn't the future yet.
If you want to be really cynical, this show is what killed their production company because they killed that and made the new one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, that's Frisky Dingo in the books. Unlike last week and the week before when we're both like, we're probably going to watch this. We're definitely not watching more of Frisky Dingo.
And speaking of, Scavenger's Reign is, by the time this comes out, will be gone from Netflix. So go hunting for it.
I mean, who cares? We gave the warning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you can leave us a comment in the comment section saying, no, trust us, Frisky Dingo gets better. And we're not going to care. We're going to ignore that comment. But you can instead, tell us other things to watch that is not Frisky Dingo, we might listen to that. Alternatively, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Absolutely right. Anything that's witty, funny, or just plain clever, we might read out on a future episode should you wish it. You could also send us hate mail, which would be very unkind of you, and we will mock it on air.
And you can even shout at us for when I say subscribe and it makes that button light up.
I don't think it does.
It do!
And on that bombshell, join us again next week where, listen, we will do Revenge of the Sith at some point in this year. We just don't know when.
Yeah, we'll do it when it's cool enough to live.
I mean, we've got another movie planned for the end of June, so we might have to change that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be a mystery surprise for everybody. Until then, bye guys.
Bye, everybody.